Hello Internet and welcome to another exciting episode of On Our Screen, where the reviews are made up and John's opinions don't matter. What's on our screen today, sweetie?
Today on our screen is Bringing Up Baby. It's a 1938 screwball comedy starring Cary Grant and Kathrine Hepburn.
It's not rated, which means it might include graphic violence, nudity, sexual situations, so
None of these things.
Probably not safe for children.
None of these things. It's very safe for children.
I'm willing to bet there's grotesque nudity, violence, all those great things.
There's not.
So why not give it a rating? I'm just saying.
Because there wasn't a rating system in 1938.
Alright, what's this one about?
This is about Kathrine Hepburn plays a socialite named Susan who keeps running into Cary Grant's character. And they keep getting into these weird situations that have no bearing on reality, but it's a lot of fun to watch. Cary Grant actually used to be a circus performer before he became an actor, so so there's a lot of tumbling and things like that in here. It's really good. That's really fun to watch.
Such a stupid and irrelevant skill to have. Tumbling.
But it's not.
It is. Like, that would not hold up today. Like, no one would put that on their resume today and be like, and go to a job interview and be like, oh, so what do you do? Well, I can fall really good, sometimes for comedic effect.
I actually think that's a great skill for actors to have. I can fall and not hurt myself, and it's funny when I do it.
No, stupid.
It's a good skill.
Alright, well, I did watch the trailer, and it sucked, but the IMDb has it rated at an 8.0.
Rotten Tomatoes has it as at 95%, but you have to be willing to go into it with an open mind because it is an older movie, so it's not going to be paced the same as modern movies, and some of the humor is going to be a little outdated. But it's still excellent.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, you'll judge differently than me because that's what you do. Because you're wrong.
Nope.
Yep.
Totally right about
You're
everything.
wrong.
Alright, let's get this started.
All right.
Who played his fiance?
Virginia Walker. She was Alice.
Alice Swallow? So, what did you think of the movie?
It's been a while since I've watched it, so I've forgotten a lot of the details. And honestly, I thought Kathrine Hepburn was a lot more delightful when I was younger than I did now. I thought her character was kind of annoying. She never stopped to listen to anyone, and she just kind of did what she wanted, and everyone else was just kind of stuck following along. Which, I mean, is part of some of the comedic situations, but if she had shut up for like 5 seconds, that would have helped some things.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, that's part of the comedic effect, is that she's just sort of there, you know, and she's not listening to anybody. That's part of the comedic effect. But there's also, I don't know, maybe people nowadays are just much more like logic-driven thinking, but just thinking about, you know, some of the logic in this movie, there's a lot of stuff that you think, specifically Kathrine Hepburn's character, you see her do this and you're like, that wouldn't fly today.
No, it wouldn't, and I don't think it would have really flown in 1938. I think everything is hyper-exaggerated just for the sake of comedy.
So, what did you like or not like about the movie?
Honestly, I think Cary Grant is great in it. I feel really bad for his character. Like, all he wants to do is marry this woman who's clearly after him for, I don't know, his money. Because she establishes early on, she wants no kids. She just wants their lives to be focused around his career. So I can't quite figure out her motivation to marrying him because she doesn't seem to love him.
It's got to be money. I'd say given the time of the movie, if she doesn't want children, then yeah, you're right. She's got to be after his money.
I mean, like, or his access to the scientific community, because she is more logic driven than any other character in this. She's just very black or white in her views, and it's this is this, this is that.
The whole movie is black and white in her views. But
and I've completely lost my point now.
It's okay.
We'll edit this out.
Nope.
Okay.
It's all in here, on our screen. No, I think there was, out of the whole movie, there was one joke that I laughed at.
Is it Cary Grant in the negligee?
Yes.
Yes.
You mean to tell me he wants to wear that thing?
Look, of course I don't want to wear this thing. All I want to do is get married.
There was that, and I think throughout the movie, Kathrine Hepburn is lit really well with some soft lighting techniques.
Mm-hmm.
But she's the only one. Like, they don't like Cary Grant or any other character that way. It's just something that I know for a fact they used to do that to sort of highlight female beauty. And it works.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, other than those lighting techniques and that one joke, like, there's nothing about this movie that I just, like, that just screams, like, oh my god, you've got to see this. So unless you're studying film, or this is the only movie you have on your desert island, no, it's not really worth. I didn't think it was worth watching.
If you're a Kathrine Hepburn fan or a Cary Grant fan, I'd recommend it.
But who is?
I am.
You're the only person I know
My
still
older
living
sister,
that
my
likes those
dad.
actors. Okay, your family is the only people still alive who even knows who those people are.
Well, that just can't be true.
Unless you study film as either a student or as a profession, there's no reason to associate with those characters or those actors or these movies. Like, it's not great enough. Like, there are some great classic movies like Casablanca or Citizen Kane or 12 Angry Men that have stood the test of time. And those movies, yeah, you can associate with those actors or those production studios or directors or whatever. But this is not one of those movies. This is not one of those classic stand the test of time movies. This is not Casablanca or Citizen Kane.
It's not Casablanca or Citizen
Or
Kane.
12 Angry Men.
It's kind of just like an example of what people would have watched as romantic comedies in the late 30s. So, I mean, it's kind of like saying someone like you is not standing the test of time. Well, of course not. But it's an interesting snapshot into what people... The movie starring Ashley Judd and Hugh Jackman before Wolverine.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me personally.
No, I was using an example of a romantic comedy from late 90s, early 2000, somewhere in there. But I mean, like, it's a snapshot of what people thought, what was funny at that time. It's not necessarily going to be one that in 50 years people are like, oh my god, that was a great movie that totally stood the test of time. Instead, it's going to be an example of what people were watching and how people were thinking. And in that respect, I think these movies have value.
Yeah, they have value in that regard, and maybe if you were, like I said, if you're studying film, or even if you're studying sociology and you wonder, like, oh, what did people think in the late 1930s? Like, then you could use this as a reference, be like, hey, this is what people thought were funny. But other than that, like, there's no... Like the reason people love Citizen Kane is because it's like a textbook.
No one loves Citizen Kane.
Everyone
Thinks they love it because everyone says it's the greatest movie ever. Nobody loves Citizen Kane. No one goes,
Citizen Kane.
You lie.
I've voted for Charles Foster Kane in every election.
You
since
lie.
I am honest Adam. That's what they call me.
You can't keep saying that and then expecting anyone to believe it's true.
But it is true.
It's not.
Point is, like, people like Citizen Kane because critics like Citizen Kane because it's like the textbook movie. It's like everything is done directly the way art should be made. And there were some very creative like filming techniques that they used specifically with their cameras and editing that were new and innovative for the time. But this is nothing like that. This doesn't have any new crazy, camera movements or editing styles or writing techniques, nothing. It's got nothing. And it's old as dirt. Older than dirt. I'm pretty sure I could go back outside into the garden and find dirt newer than this movie.
Well, probably because we just put some potting soil out there.
Yes, that is convenient and funny.
Alright, so those are our thoughts on Bringing Up Baby. I think it's a classic. Just a good example of what people thought were funny back in 1938. And he hates it.
No. I'll say this. I did not hate it as much as I blindly thought I would going into it. But
Progress.
Progress in that regard. But I also did not enjoy it. Like, if I had a choice, I wouldn't watch it again. Like, I just didn't care for it.
Alright.
That's it. Like this video, share it, comment on what videos you'd like us to watch next, and we'll see you back here whenever the hell we feel like it.
Alright. Bye.
Get out of here, Internet.